Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you're at in the world, globally. We are back. We are back. Yes, it's part 4. It is part 4. Part 4 of the Black Sitcom Welcome Back series, Black Sitcom Series, however you want to call it. It's part 4. It's the last part of this series. It's the last part of this series. Yes, we're going to jump right into the last part of the Welcome Back Black Sitcom Series. The Welcome Back Black Sitcom Series. So last week, or a couple days ago, if you've been following me, to give you a little review on the last episode that we did, just walk with me today, it was the Jeffersons. The Jeffersons was released on January 8th, 1975, and your 3 Jefferson points that we locked in on. The first one was, remember, you started from the bottom too. Don't look down on others. You started from the bottom too. Yes, you started from the bottom too. Remember that. And your second point was, when you're moving up, pull someone else with you. Pull others with you. And your last Jefferson point was, the pie has a piece for everybody. The pie has a piece for everybody. And your something to think about was so simple. We all want to be like the Jeffersons. That was your something to think about. So good morning to you again. Good afternoon. Good evening. Again, depending on where you're at in the world, globally. I do hope that your family, your friends, your loved ones, that your week, that your month, that your summer, kids are about to go back to school. I hope everything is going well. Now, to end this series, we could only go to one black sitcom that is still popular to this day. It is still one of the most watched black sitcoms that we have. And it came out on August the 27th, 1992, a little bit of a year after I was born. So August the 27th, 1992. The last airing was on May 1st, 1997. So you had 5 seasons of this show. When I was doing my research on this show, you had about 132 episodes all together. It was one main creator that helped create the show that I really want to lock in on, and his name is Martin Lawrence. Now you already know the black sitcom I'm talking about. I'm talking about Martin. Yes, Martin, the black sitcom, Martin, Shanae, all of that. So Martin Lawrence was one of the creators of his own show entitled Martin. Martin Lawrence's own show entitled Martin. Now, just to give you a little background, Martin, before he started to create, when the other 2 creators came to Martin, he was a comedian, he was an actor, he was the host of Def Comedy Jam, and they came to him and said, hey bro, let me holler at you. Hey, we want you to do a show about, Martin. And it was supposed to be a black sitcom, a comedy show. So he started reaching out to folks. You know how we do. We get an assignment that we may need help on. So we reach out to people. He started reaching out to other actors and things like that. And they had other assignments going on. And so they're like, all right, we'll do the show with you. We'll do the show with you. And it's crazy how they had other things in their life going on from movies and shows, and they had things that they could do. They had things that they could do, but they decided to, all right, we gonna roll with you, bro. We gonna come on the show. And the show got so good that they did 5 seasons, about 130 to 132 episodes. And this is simple. This is a real simple day today. We ain't going deep, and you ain't got to worry about getting your notebooks out for this, because all 3 points are simple. And here's your marking point number 1. I'm not going to be before you long in this series. Marking point number 1 is take a step out on faith. Take a step out on faith. Martin took a step out on faith. The rest of them actors took a step out on faith. Some of us is waiting for God to move, and God is waiting for you to move, and he's saying, when I move, you'll move, and we'll both move all at the same time. So you got to take a step out on faith. That's for all my faith folks, you know. Thank you, Reginald Sharp, for giving us that point. Thank you. I got to make sure I quote my brother. Thank you, Reginald Sharp, for giving us that. But if you're going to do something, no matter what it is in life, what Martin was trying to explain to us when he was talking about they came to him wanting to create this show, and he had to go ask people. Because he had his hands in it. He had to take a step out on faith to ask those people to do the show with him. You got to take a step out on faith on your education, on your next job, on your next venture, on your next whatever it is. You got to take a step out on faith. So take the step. Take the step. It's not hard. Take the step. Don't lose your confidence. Don't lose your belief in yourself. Don't lose your attitude. Don't lose who you are. Because you take a step out on faith. You're supposed to have more confidence. You're supposed to be more courageous. You're supposed to be have more of a better attitude when you're taking a step out on faith. So Martin helps us, explains to us that while yes, he was a comedian, yes, he was an actor, and yes, his life was successful, they come to him and say, hey, bro, we want you to take a step out on faith and do your own black sitcom series. And Martin's probably sitting there like most of us, when we get certain assignments, we sit there and we have to process this thing. We have to process this thing a little bit. We have to process this thing just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because when you move, God will move. And that's for my faith folks there. For my faith people, for the folks that say, oh, I believe in God. I got faith that he can do it. Well, if you got faith, then you got to do something in your own taking a step. You can't just, oh, well, I hope he opened the door. Sometimes you got to kick the door down when you stepping out on faith. Sometimes you got to walk in the room and step out on faith and say, I'm here. So Martin took a step out on faith, and he's like, all right, I'll do it. Sure, I don't know how this is going to work out. You know, I don't know how this is going to go, but let's try it. You know, I'm an actor already. I'm a comedian. I can put 2 and 2 together and do my own black sitcom. All right. But then he had to call on other people. And he had to take a step out on faith with them too. Sometimes you got to call on people and have faith that they're going to come through for you. You got to have faith that the people that you're taking a step out on, they taking a step out for you. Not just you taking a step out on faith for them, but they're taking a step out on faith for you. This is a double-edged sword. It's a relationship here. So you got to take a step out on faith together. These actors that Martin called on had to take a step out and trust. So take a step out on faith. That's your Martin point number 1. Take a step out on faith. Yeah, he was an actor. Yeah, he was a comedian. Yeah, he had Def Comedy Jam. Yes, all these actors that he called on had other roles, but they had to have faith to take a step. That right there, Martin point number one, we can just leave it there. We can just leave it right there. Just take a step out on faith. If you feeling down today, just take a step out on faith and stop feeling down. If you are going to a job interview and you're a little nervous, just take a step out on faith and be confident. Yeah, if you are about to go back to school, for all the people that's going back to school, take a step out on faith and say, I know I can get the 3.0. I know I can get the 4.0. I know I can be on the dean's list. You got to take a step out. You got to do something. And then everything else will work. You have to take your own step. Because not everybody gonna roll with you. Thankfully, these people that came to the show, they roll with Martin. They roll with him. You gotta find you some ride or die brothers and sisters in this season. Ride with you till the wheels fall off. Every step you take on faith, they're going to ride with you. We're going to be with you. Hey, we don't know what step you're taking out on faith, but if it's your education, if it's a better job, if it's getting a house, if it's getting a car, if it's doing what you need to do, being a better person, doing what you need to do at home, being a better man, being a better woman, being a better mother, father, husband, wife, whatever it is, take a step out on faith. Take a step out. So that was what Martin was trying to teach us. Let me slow down. I'm getting happy. Let me slow down. So during the show, you had 5 seasons of the show. You had about 132 episodes, 130, depending on the research that you do. And during one particular show, it really caught my attention. Because I'm starting to realize this is the season that I'm in. And I guess this is why I'm going back to this point that we talked about, I think in the first or second one, Black Sitcom Series topic. But Martin and Tommy have an issue. Y'all know that episode. Don't act brand new on me. Some of y'all folks that be watching my live stream be acting brand new on me like y'all didn't watch Martin. Oh, we don't know what Martin is. Don't act brand new on me. So Martin and Tommy have a conflict of interest. They have an issue. Now, if you know anything about the show, Martin, Tommy, and Cole, they tight. They best friends, all 3 of them. They tight. They hang out together. They kick it. They watch basketball games. They go to sporting events. They do all of that. So Martin, Tommy, and Cole are tight. They tight. Now, if you tight and 2 of your friends are having conflict, Cole was in the middle of something he didn't want to be in. Cole finds himself in the middle of something that he didn't want to be in. So Martin and Tommy fall out, I think, over a suitcase. I think originally it was a suitcase. Martin thought that Tommy gave him the suitcase, right? Martin thought that Tommy gave him the suitcase. Tommy told him he could only borrow the suitcase. Now, when Tommy got the suitcase back, he didn't think it was up to the standards that it was supposed to be given back to him. So now you have this conflict of interest with this materialistic item here that is a suitcase. Yes, the suitcase might have been important to Tommy. Yes, your items that you have that you might let people borrow or have or whatever the conflict or issue is when it happens, and this friendship, they started to fight. They started to fight, and throughout the show here, they were in the gym. They didn't move forward. And they literally are about to go fisticuffs, not for real, but acting. And Martin says in one of the lines, I'm paraphrasing what he said here, we're no longer friends. Like, this is it. Since you want to talk about Jordans and money and a suitcase and, we fighting over all these materialistic items, We are no longer friends. Let me park the car right there. We have lost and destroyed relationships over materialistic items. Yes, they are important, I understand, but do not destroy, do not push away people over materialistic items here. Yes, they might be important, but some things are replaceable. Yes, there are things that ain't replaceable at all. And I understand, I get it. There are things that's not replaceable at all. But there are things that are replaceable. And you destroying a friendship or a relationship because of materialistic item, this is where we have to park the car. Because this is some of the season that we're in. Some of y'all are reflecting on friends and families that you done pushed away over items that could have easily been replaced. So all while they're fighting, Tommy, if I'm not mistaken, gets into a really bad car accident. Yeah, life happens. You know, when you fight with somebody that you love, when you have conflict with somebody that you love, and you just like, I just want the conflict to end. I just want us to come to a common ground. But then life has a way of happening. And it makes you pause and stop and think. It's the stuff that we fight for. All the materialistic stuff. The Jordans, the money, the clothes, the cars, the houses, is all that stuff that we're fighting for worth somebody that we love and somebody that breathes air, somebody that is a human being. It's the materialistic stuff more important than a life. That's what Tommy and Martin had to confess. And he comes to the hospital and at first, they're looking for Tommy. Y'all know it's funny at first because they're at the front desk and the lady's like, well, ain't no Tommy in here. And Tommy's in the hospital and they're looking for him. And they get to this room and they think this is Tommy. So, you know, Martin starts being emotional. You know how we get emotional when life happens. We realize life has happened. And it just took a switch and a flip. And that's where we find Martin, realizing that life happened. And that's where we find Martin as well, giving us point number 2. Family and friends are bigger than anything materialistic. Any material item. Family and friends are bigger than any material item. Don't let a suitcase, some clothes, some shoes, break a relationship because you're upset with that person. Because life can happen in a blink of an eye. Just like that. And you're going to be reflecting on not the good times, but you're going to be reflecting on the last fight you had. And you're going to think back and ask yourself, was the car, was the house, was the clothes, was the shoes, was the suitcase, was it worth it fighting? Was it really worth it telling them we can't be family no more, we can't be friends no more, we can't speak no more? Is it that serious that we can no longer speak to them no more, that we can no longer hang out with them? So Martin, point number 1 is take a step out on faith. Martin, point number 1, take a step out on faith. Martin, point number 2 is family and friends are bigger than any material items. Any material items. Now, if we move through this is going to be quick. So, as Martin comes on, we started to see, wait a minute, all the other actors, and Martin started to play all these many different roles in the show, from Shanae, you know, to the karate, to the young man. Martin played many roles in the show. Martin played many roles in the show. Everybody knew that he was playing all these different roles, and they were cool with it. And I remember Martin in the interview talking about, how he loved and embraced trying to unlock the creativity of all these different roles that he was playing. How you play your own mama? How that work out? You playing your own mama. But it was so creative, the roles and how creative he was about it. How he thought outside the box. I remember he said he had to think outside the box for this. And this is where you get to your Martin point number 3. I said I wasn't gonna be long with this one. But he played so many roles, and the reason why he was able to play so many roles is because he never lost his creativity. Martin never lost his creativity. Don't lose your creativity. Don't lose your ideas. Don't lose your dreams. Don't lose your ideas. Don't lose your dreams. Don't lose your goals. Never lose your creativity. Never stop dreaming. Never stop being a creator. So he played all these roles, and it was so creative. He never lost his creativity. That's why I don't understand why, I hear adults tell their children, oh, don't dream, don't be creative, don't come up with ideas. What are you talking about? That's the whole point of life, is to come up with ideas and be creative and dream. Just because you don't dream, don't tell me not to dream. Just because you don't have ideas, don't tell me not to have ideas. And just because you're not creative, I'm sorry you're not creative, but don't tell me not to be creative, because I am creative. So Martin understood that he could play so many roles, and some of us in our lives are playing so many roles. And somebody probably looking at you saying, how are they playing all these different roles in their lives? And you can just say, I never lost my creativity. I'm creative. I'm creative. I can adapt. I can be around the little ones and then be serious with my high schoolers, middle schoolers, and college students. I can, go into a adult room and speak like real adults, and then go to a college classroom and be like, hey, check me out. You got to be creative. Never lose your creativity. Never lose your dream. Never lose your idea. And don't let people kill your creativity, kill your dreams, or kill your ideas. No, don't let them do that. So you're something to think about. You're something to think about. It's really, when I was thinking about this, something to think about, really just want to leave you with 3 questions. I really want you to think about. Are you taking a step out in faith? You. Not the person sitting right beside you. Not the person you FaceTiming or DMing or, not the person that you hating on. No. Are you taking a step out on faith? Ask yourself that question. The next question is this. Are you letting material items mess up relationships? Are you letting items, house, clothes, cars, shoes, whatever it is, are you letting those items get into the way of relationships? That's huge. We can fix relationships by having a conversation about some of these items that we've lost. Yeah. We can just have a conversation. We can fix it. And are you still creative? So here's your 3 Martin points real quick. Martin point number 1. Remember, take a step out on faith. Martin point number 2 is family and friends are bigger than any material item. Whatever the item is, I don't care what it is. And then your 3rd point, never lose your creativity. And then you're something to think about is 3 easy questions. Are you taking a step out on faith? Are you letting materialistic and material items and cars, houses, clothes, whatever it is, mess up relationships and destroy relationships? And are you still creative? Thank you for your eyes. Thank you for your hearts. And thank you for your ears. Now, as we leave you, we are going to come back starting a new series in about 2-3 weeks. Like I said, I got to meet with some people before I start recording that series, because I'm supposed to be doing that series somewhere else before I record it for my actual page. So I want to make sure it's cool that I record before. Ask them, is it cool if I record before I do it with the group that I'm supposed to be doing it with? What's next? Oh, we do have some more beneath the surface stuff coming up. I'm meeting with a gentleman, an advisor, hopefully having a college advisor come on. So that is going to be happening real soon. Hopefully I can get him on before the school year starts for my college students. So yes, I need to make sure, I need to reach out to him actually today. So check me out on that. Make sure y'all come back with me, and we'll have some more dates on that. But other than that, I hope y'all have a great day, a great rest of your week. Be safe. To all the kids going back to school, going back to college, I pray protection, I pray strength, I pray success. A's and B's, you are a conqueror. Be creative, be creative, be who you are, love who you are, love your teachers, love your classmates. Y'all be good. Thank you.